Hello everybody, welcome again to Sane Game Studios. I'm Sane, I'm an amateur game developer. Today on part 2 of my Typewriter Effect video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to properly wrap your text around to the next line, because there is just a better way to do it than just letting Gamemaker handle it mid-word like it was in the previous video. So to do that, I'm going to be introducing a new function that I'm going to be writing, and it's going to look through the entire string, and it is going to insert line breaks where needed. So the first thing I'm going to do is in my oText, I'm going to create a new variable, and it is going to just be init, and it is going to equal false. And I use init as just a initialization. So what's going to happen is if draw the text is true, I'm going to check to see if initialization is true. And if initialization is not true, I'm going to run my script that's going to insert the line breaks, and then it's going to set initialization to true. So I'm going to go back to the draw GUI event, and right here, I'm just going to say if init. Else. I'm going to set my font, because before you do this, you're going to want to set your font, because your font is going to be a big factor in the width of your string. And then everything that we are doing has to do with the string overall width. So you need to set your font before you do this next step. I'm also going to create another variable. I'm going to call it text wrapped, and it is going to equal an empty string. And then here I'm going to say text wrapped equals string wrap text to draw. I don't know why that is currently. I have done this in this project, but I deleted the function so I could write it with you guys. So I don't think it has recognized that it's no longer a string. So no longer a function, sorry. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to create a new script, and I'm just going to call it utility. And right here, I'm going to go string wrap. I'm going to need two arguments, which is going to be the string that I need to wrap, as well as the max width. But I'm going to default the max width to 1200. Because that's what I had my max width set at here. But if for any case I need to change my max width, I can by just doing a second argument here. But if I don't supply the second argument, it's just going to default to the 1200. So I do need a handful of local variables here. So I'm going to go var length is going to equal string length string var last space is going to equal 1. Var count is going to equal 0. And then var current string, so just cur string, is going to equal an empty string. And then next I'm going to be bringing in, so I can make this bigger for you guys. I'm going to be using a repeat function. And I want to repeat it once for every character in the string. And what repeat does is you say repeat and you provide a number, and whatever you put inside of these curly brackets here will repeat itself this many times. So the first thing I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to figure out where I am in my current string. So cur string is going to equal string copy string 1 count. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the current character in the string that I am at for like the final character on this. And I'm going to be seeing whether or not it is a space. So if string character at string count equals a space, then I'm going to say that last space equals count. Actually, I'm going to set count to 1. So next, I'm going to be looking at the width of the string that we are building. And I'm going to see if it has gotten bigger than the max width. So I'm going to say if string width cur string is greater than max width, so if it's greater than the maximum width, what I want to do is I want to delete this space and I want to insert a line break. And I'm going to want to apply those changes to the string. So I'm going to say string equals string delete. I want to delete from string. The index is going to be last space. And the count, which is how many characters in the string I want to delete, is going to be 1. And that is just going to go into that string, almost like with a pair of scissors, and it's just going to cut on either side of the space and take it out. So like the space in between the two words no longer exists. Those two words are now just one big word. Next thing I want to do, I want to go string equals string insert. And then I'm going to be inserting the line break. So this takes 3 arguments: substring, string, and index. So the substring is going to be the character that you want to insert, or characters you want to insert. The string is going to be the string you want to insert them into, and then the index is going to be the position in that string in which you want to insert the line break. So the character that we want to insert is going to be a /n, because that's how you do a line break. The string I want to insert it into is string, and the position in that string is going to be last space. And then finally, count plus plus. So let's just go over everything that I'm doing here. I'm creating a new function. I'm calling it string wrap, and it is going to take a string as an argument and an optional max width argument. And then I'm going to be grabbing the length of that string. I'm going to be creating a last space variable, a count variable, and a current string variable. And then I'm going to be creating a process that I'm going to repeat however many times as there are characters in that string. And then I'm going to be grabbing the the amount of the string that we currently have. So whether like if count is 1, then I'm only grabbing the first character of that string. If count is 2, the first 2 characters. And if count equals string length, then it's going to be the entire string. So I'm incrementally growing the size of the string, and then every single character I'm looking at the character, and I am seeing if that character is an empty space. And if it is an empty space, I am saving its position in the variable last space. And then I'm looking at the current string, and I'm comparing it to the maximum width. And if the width of my current string is greater than my maximum width, I'm going to delete the last space, so like the last space character, and I'm going to replace it with a line break. And then I'm going to increase count by 1 so that it just repeats and goes through the entire string. And then finally, I'm going to return string. And by going return string, what that's going to do is right here, it is going to take the value, the string that I built in string wrapped, and is going to return it into this variable. So I actually no longer need this line here. And the string I want to copy is no longer text to draw. It is now text wrapped. And here I want to see if it's, again, replace it with text wrapped. I'm just going to go draw text 20, 50, text. And if I run this now, you're going to see that it installs the line breaks, but then no longer detects the need to break the line mid-word. It already has that figured out. So let's just run. Oh, I forgot one very important thing. Right here, I need to set init to equal true. And the reason why I'm able to do this is in my projects, whenever I am drawing a text, I have an object that is my text box, and it is being created to draw the text I want it to create, and init is always going to default to false. So I know that every single time that I create a text box, this is going to execute. One second here, let us get a little bit crazy. And let's just make this crazy long. But as you can see, as it goes, it no longer draws a portion of a word and then skips it to the next line. It now just breaks the line nicely exactly where we want it, which is exactly what we wanted to do. This is looking much crisper, much nicer, and it really cleans up the process. It makes a big difference. But that's all that I have for you guys today. Like I said, if you guys are, like I said in my previous video, if you guys are interested in a part 3 where I'll actually create a text box, talk to an NPC, and run through multiple lines of dialogue, you go ahead and let me know down in the comments, and I can absolutely build that. It's a bit of work, so I just want to make sure that it's something you guys want before I just go ahead and do it. But if it is something you guys want, I will gladly do it. So I can show you guys exactly how to walk up to an NPC, talk to them, and then run the text box effect, and then have that run through multiple lines of dialogue. But like I said, with that is all that I have for you guys today. I am going to thank you very much for watching. If you have any comments or questions about what I have done here, you go ahead and comment those down below. As I said in my last video, I taught myself how to make games in Gamemaker using YouTube. So like most of what I've learned and most of what I am teaching you guys, I learned from YouTube. So I'm going to be linking the original video that taught me how to do this in the description down below. I'm also going to pin a comment to the top that's going to give you the string wrapped function. So you guys don't have to go through my entire video and write it, type it out word for word. You can just go ahead, go to the pinned comment, and just copy and paste it into your project, and away you guys go. If you have any tutorial suggestions or ideas or things that you guys want to learn, let me know in the comments, and I will gladly make a tutorial. I take tutorial requests. I'm always looking for new ideas on what I can make for videos for you guys. So if you have any requests, please let me know. Other than that, I just have the normal YouTuber jargon where I just say please like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you guys are having a good one. Peace out.